Indian Army conducted surgical strikes on terror launch pads across the line of control. Speaking to the media, Director General of Military Operations, Lieutenant General Ranbir Singh said the motive of the operation was to hit out at terrorists who were planning to infiltrate into the Indian territory. The DGMO informed that significant casualties were caused to terrorists during the operation. All-party meeting reviews situation in the wake of surgical strikes across LOC. Information and Broadcasting Minister Venkaiah Naidu says all parties have supported the surgical strikes by the army. Reiterates that India will not tolerate terrorism. Upbeat mood prevails across the country over army's befitting reply to terrorists across the border. Earlier, PM Modi had chaired a meeting of the Cabinet Committee on Security in New Delhi on the situation along the line of control. India today briefed top envoys of 25 countries, including the United States, China, Russia, the UK and France, after the Indian Army said it has carried out surgical strikes on terror launch pads across the line of control. Foreign Secretary S. Jaishankar briefed the envoys in the South Bloc to convey the context of carrying out the strikes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's review meeting about the most favoured nation status to Pakistan has been postponed till next week. The decision to review the MFN came in the wake of the Uri terror attack, over which India is weighing options to respond. Prime Minister had to review the privileged status India granted to Pakistan in 1996. Vice President Hamid Ansari has said independent India was a faithful reflection of the legacy of its national movement, and the country was blessed to have a set of people possessing incredible talent, wisdom and highest moral integrity. Led by Mahatma Gandhi, the Vice President was delivering a lecture at the University of Lagos in Nigeria. People living within 10 kilometers of the border with Pakistan in Jammu and Kashmir and Punjab have been asked to shift to safer places, and schools ordered to be shut till further notice in the wake of surgical strikes carried out by the Indian Army across the LOC. Meanwhile, the BSF has put all its units along the international border on high alert in the wake of the surgical strikes. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has termed Indian Army's surgical strikes on terrorists preparing to infiltrate from Pakistan-occupied Kashmir as preemptive action. Railway Minister Suresh Prabhu congratulated the Army Chief and the Defence Minister for carrying out successful surgical strikes on terror launch pads across the LOC and said the government is committed to countering terrorism. BJP today hailed the armed forces following the surgical strikes on terror launch pads across the LOC and lauded the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, saying his government believes in action and not words. Meanwhile, Congress President Sonia Gandhi said a strong message has been sent with the surgical strikes by army against terror bases across the LOC. The government has approved further import of 1.70 lakh tons of masoor and tur dals for buffer stock to boost domestic supplies and check prices. Besides, cooperatives, NCCF and NAFED have been asked to sell tur and urad through their outlets in cities other than Delhi at Rs 105 per kg and Rs 120 per kg respectively. The centre has also decided to provide milled pulses to states for further distribution in the retail market. The Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 has been amended by the Finance Act 2016 to provide for a statutory and institutionalized framework for a monetary policy committee for maintaining price stability while keeping in mind the objective of growth. A committee-based approach for determining the monetary policy will add a lot of value and transparency to monetary policy decisions. Union Water Resources Minister Uma Bharati reviewed the Kaveri water issue with Chief Minister of Karnataka and state government representatives of Tamil Nadu in New Delhi. She suggested that a team of experts be sent to both Karnataka and Tamil Nadu to assess the ground situation. Two influential US senators have said the Uri attack emanated from Pakistan and the perpetrators of this attack were Pakistanis. In a letter to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Senators Democrat John Cornyn and Republican Mark Warner said initial indications reveal that the perpetrators of this attack were Pakistani and the attack emanated from Pakistan. Russia has said it is pressing on with its bombing campaign in Syria despite the US warning it will end talks on the conflict if Moscow does not halt the assault on Aleppo. Russia is backing up a ferocious assault by the forces of Syria's President Bashar al-Assad to seize the rebel-held eastern half of the city of Aleppo that has sparked condemnation from the West. In the middle of a 12-match unbeaten streak at home, India's marauding cricket team will be aiming to reclaim the #1 spot in ICC rankings when it takes on an unsettled New Zealand in the second test starting in Kolkata tomorrow. India defeated arch rivals Pakistan 3-1 to storm into the summit clash of the 4th Men's Under-18 Asia Cup hockey tournament in Dhaka today. It was the Indians who were more clinical in front of a goal, as 3 minutes from half-time they doubled their lead through a penalty corner conversion by Dilpreet Singh. India will meet hosts Bangladesh in the final tomorrow.